up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid
I'm
hot.
fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward Crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm. Because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
What up, though, people? Welcome to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off yet another victory show.
I know.
With the WUW Crew. It's your boy Brandon A.K.A. Detroit Kool-Aid. Yeah, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Rookie of the year on the way for Woodward Sports MVP. This is Black Hollywood, Detroit's #1 draft pick, man. What up, though, KG?
What up, though, man? I'm feeling good, man. The victory show, yet another one. 5 in a row for the Wings,
Another
dog.
one. 3 victory shows in a day.
Wow.
In a
Shout
week
out, man.
so far.
It is a great time to be a Detroit sports fan. Great time.
Hey, listen, what we're talking about, the Detroit Red Wings, they win again. So is that 5 in a row, Chase, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, look at him.
Yes, it is.
He's
It
in
is
there
indeed.
just glowing, man.
Right.
Red Wings, boy, 3-2 over the Senator Ottawa. I heard it was Patrick Kane bobblehead night.
It was, and he hit the OT game winner.
Ooh,
Okay.
let's go. I think we're trending towards all 4 teams making the playoffs. The Pistons, man, they're a half game out of the top 6 spot. The Red Wings now are right there in the thick of things for the wild card.
Yep.
And with the run that they're on right now, I'm very confident. But I got to make sure I keep things tempered. Got to bring in some of our puck knowers, right?
No, of course.
Hey, shout out to you, chat family, as always. You guys are the most important part of this WUW Crew production. Go on ahead, throw some likes on this chat.
Why not?
Let's
you
go,
here
man.
anyway.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Look, all of our squads right now are just percolating. That's probably my word of the month right now. My word of the new year.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator.
The vibes are immaculate in the city right now. Detroit sports. Like, every game matters right now.
Yeah.
Every one of our sports teams, every game matters. For the Pistons, for the Red Wings, we saw what the Tigers did. So much so that people are ready for this team to push the button and say, let's go, Mr.
They need to get it together in the offseason.
They have to. And the Lions, they're getting prepared for just 2 playoff games at home because they took care of business in the regular season, man. And so we got to talk about these Red Wings, but the vibes are immaculate, KG.
Hey, it's what better time, like I said, to be a Detroit sports fan. And if we actually get all 4 teams in a calendar year, which has never happened, by the way, if we actually get that to happen, bro, like I can't even visualize it. It's crazy. Like, I've never thought I would see all 4 teams in winning scenarios. Now,
and it would be from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The Tigers, out of nowhere. The Pistons, they went 17 wins, 14 wins, a franchise worst. And now everyone's saying, hey, all-star, we got to start talking about all-NBA for Cade Cunningham.
No,
just
absolutely.
like that from out of nowhere. And the Red Wings, we had expectations. Then a little bit left for dead. They make a change. Todd magic happens. And look at, I see you in that change.
That seemed to be a rite of passage in the NHL. You fire your coach and you become a winning team. So it's crazy, man.
And you know what?
It's crazy.
What we're seeing right now is that just how important it is to have the right coach.
No, absolutely.
You know, Todd, JB
And people up top, too.
Dan Campbell, AJ Hinch.
Yeah.
Like, these are, as George Blaha would say, pros when it comes to coaches. And I couldn't be more happy to have those types of leaders of men, as well as people who can put their players in the right position to succeed.
No, absolutely.
I am fired up. Oh, my gosh. Hey, let's get Woodward on the back screen. I love this. I love it. Woodward Avenue, LCA,
Beautiful.
just down the way, man.
Yeah, Pistons and Wings still got to get it done. We don't want to crown them too early, but it's trending in the right direction, and that's something that we haven't seen for a while, especially with the Pistons. But
Hey, definitely. You guys know what? We're going to have the legend, Detroit News Rod Beard, on today. We're going to talk some Lions. I'm going to hear you guys' favorite moments, your X factors, people that you think need to have the spotlight shined on them a little bit more. We're going to talk about, are the pressures here to stay? David Montgomery's back. What does that mean for the Lions offense, for Jahmyr Gibbs and such? Because before he went down, he was the #1 back, even though people knew Jahmyr Gibbs could be.
It was
he went
tandem.
down.
Yeah.
Now we got to figure it out, but we're going to talk about it. JB Smooth, Woodward Sports MVP. You said we have our guest on?
Oh yeah, he's on.
Should we talk to some friends real quick and then we'll get back to them?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that because I know technology.
Catch up real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to catch up a little bit. But good morning to you all. I'm fired up right now. It's amazing to see what our Detroit sports teams are doing right now because when I was growing up, you know what? All four of the teams always kind of had something going on. Whether the Lions kind of fell off one year, but then the Pistons picked us up, or the Tigers had a little bit of run, or the Red Wings had a run. I got to see all four of the teams make the playoffs. I got to see a couple of the teams win championships. But to have all four teams right now, you're talking about hope, young players, coaches in the right positions. We're talking about whether no matter what side of the fence you're on with the Iser plan, it's still Steve freaking Yzerman.
No, that's
Think
true.
about our GMs right now, from Brad Holmes to Steve Yzerman, to I'm blanking, Trajan Langdon,
Yep.
to Tigers.
Scott Harris.
Scott Harris, man. This could go so right for them, but like you said, the Red Wings and the Pistons, they got to continue this, man.
No, absolutely, man. But like you said, we've seen all the teams do something, but it's pretty much been like Friday. Ham, no burger, peanut butter, no jelly. It's just, if one is going, it's something always happening to at least one team in the Detroit sports sphere. But, man, I'm really excited for what the outlook of this could look like, man, because not only are we starting to get back to being competitive, it looks like we can be that way for a long time. This doesn't look like a flash in the pan in terms of how things are structured, and you got to thank the people up top for that.
Hey, one more shout out to University of Michigan basketball, 94-75 victory over UCLA.
Okay,
how you feeling about that program, man? Dusty May?
He's working his magic right now, and I'm mad I haven't been able to be fully tapped in because this Lions season has just consumed my life. You already know we work hard here at Woodward Sports doing the watch parties and things of that nature. But right after football season, I'm tapped in because this to me is a team that is going to make the tournament and is going to make noise. Now, I'm not saying they can win it all just yet. There are still some things that they need to address. But so far in the Dusty May era, man, he's brought a way better competitive edge back to the Michigan program. He's doing it with bigger players, lankier players, 7-foot guys. They know how to run the pick and roll. They're solid shooting team as well. So I really like what I'm seeing out of Dusty May so far.
Hey, you know what? I can't wait. Especially shout out to our brother Flannel Sam Reynolds. We love you, man. We miss you. We can't wait to have you back. Enjoy the time off. Get refreshed. And we're going to hit that ground running again. But good morning to you, a lot of you in the chat, our chat family. I see you, Phil, man. Gromit, IT Hips, Tammy Chin, Hoof Hearted, Weezy, D313, Greg Alspal, Adam Shawley. I see you guys out there, man. Key Ozzy, Eric Burrow, a lot of the OGs, a lot of the regulars. You guys already know. It goes without saying, but I got to say it anyway. Your support means the world to us. So continue to support, share the stream. Hit that like button for us. It goes a long way.
Get those super chats in, too.
Those super chats, yeah. Look, I'm going to have JB talk to you guys about it on the other side of this segment, man. Hey, let's rock, man. But I got to tell you guys about where the best pregame Lions party is. Playoffs is on the way, baby. Look, you get 1 week off. 1 week off, and then we're right back at it. 42 Watson Street, second best bar in the beautiful, the immaculate downtown Detroit City. You get to have the ultimate fan experience while enjoying a little bit of smooth, a little more do Irish whiskey, and catch that Woodward Sports pregame show. It's going to be live for the playoffs in the city, man. I feel like it's going to be something akin to what we saw around draft season. But you know what? All this at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Les Stanford Chevrolet. Listen, it's the new year. It's time for you to get a new car. And Les Stanford got you, man. Right there at Les Stanford Chevrolet, they got a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive for only $149 per month. Or you can check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code right above my head and check out their massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale, lesstanford.com.
Hey, and we are back, and it is Wake Up Woodward.
We
like
back.
I said, man, the vibes are immaculate in the city right now. The most beautiful thing about Woodward Avenue is that we're the most unique sports town in America. All 4 pro teams are on one block, on one street, man.
I didn't even think about
Woodward.
that.
It's beautiful.
All the teams are downtown now.
All of them are downtown. And imagine if LCA has playoff hockey and playoff basketball. It's going to be almost like
nuts.
every other night. Think about that.
Yeah, LA have had to do it. Why can't we? You know?
Hey, let's rock. Let's rock. And that's what makes me excited about this. We all had expectations for the Red Wings. We're all pleasantly surprised by the Pistons. All of us are valiantly charged up by the Lions, and we don't want the Tigers to lose momentum. Like, that's where we're at right now, and it's awesome. And being in that generation of fans who we saw each one of our teams do something, even though it wasn't all at the same time, I keep realizing this generation, they're just now starting to see something from these teams. And it's now starting to happen at the same time, and it all got kicked off by the Lions getting good. So you already know it's real. Some Honolulu Blue Voodoo going on right now.
Right, it's real, man. And like I said, hopefully this is a sustainable product for all the teams involved. So
because you already know how it is. You were there, bro. You were at Comerica Park for a lot of these things, man. We were on the scene for Pistons, man. My mom was taking me to Red Wings games because she worked for like Hap and whichever the company was that had Snoopy as his mascot and all that. They had like partnerships with the Red Wings and all that sponsorship stuff. So it was like, man, you really, 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 really want to see this get back to what it was. The city, it's already great, but what it is when those teams are on one, it's amazing. It is amazing. And obviously, you already know how the money, it'll pour into the downtown. And for better or worse, I know some people think more should go to the outskirts, but some does make it there. Just places that we get around to, we see that there is cleaning up going on. We see that there is a picking up. There's more that needs to be done, but I'm just telling you, man, this overall, from just the leisure to the civil, it to me, it's good times. But we got to talk about these Red Wings. They moved to 18-18, ironically the same record that the Pistons have.
That's crazy.
18-4. But hey, listen, it was much worse about a month and a half ago for these guys.
It's a good omen.
They beat the Ottawa Senators, who were 19-17. Dylan Larkin, Valeno, and Patrick Kane all scored goals for the Red Wings in this one. Patrick Kane's the overtime winner. And do we have our guest on the line, JB Smooth?
Yeah, he's
actually
here.
Just our family, our brother, that dude, Justin.
Yes, sir.
He said, look, we had it teed up like this.
What up, though?
Early in the segment, if the Red Wings win. Late in the segment, late in the hour if they lose. But we still had to pay them some attention because they did win 4 in a row. Yep. Now 5 in a row. Justin was fired up. I got all caps back last time when I said first segment. Let's go. That dude, Justin. Hey, shout out to Flannel Sam. I know somewhere he's just ecstatic right now with the Tide magic going on, brother.
Hey, he is 100%, and it is a great time to be a Red Wings fan. What a turn of events for this team. Tom McClellan has come in here and gotten everything out of this team that we've expected over the last couple months. And it's honestly just amazing. There's no other way to put it.
And, I kick it off, man, because you brought up Todd McClellan, and that's it just seems crazy to me that one coaching change can mean like a completely different brand of hockey that we're seeing right now. Is it just the fact that McClellan, Todd McClellan came in, the Todd father as they call him, came in and just gave a new energy to the team, or is it something like in terms of philosophy and the way he coaches the team?
Fairly Todd father, man.
Right.
I think it's both. I think it's philosophy, and it's just the fact that they need a new energy. There's been over 20 coaching changes over the NHL in the last year, and that's not by coincidence. This team needed energy. You weren't getting anything from Kane. You weren't getting anything from Tarasenko. The veteran defensemen weren't giving you anything to a point where you had to make the conclusion that they didn't respect Lalonde. And that's where this came from. And you brought in a coach who was a complete opposite in his philosophy, more of a harder coach who is just stricter in terms of the systems, and that's what this team needed. And you see that he's getting more out of Patrick Kane, and that's my biggest thing. I mean, Patrick Kane is the X factor of this team, and you've seen that in this winning streak. He has scored 8 points in 6 games, and he's +3, and he's playing way better defense. And that line of Kopp and DeBrincat is playing at an elite level.
And you know what? Something that I know has rung true since even I was a kid is when things aren't going well, we always look towards Grand Rapids. Get the young guys up here. We know we got some dogs. But something that we've seen actually take place during this Red Wings run since the Todd father has come and just kind of sprinkled the Todd magic all over is we've seen the names at the top that I've heard you, Flannel, and Chase say, these guys got to get it going. I'm hearing those names more. Not just Patrick Kane's, but I'm starting to hear some of those other names get going as well. Can you talk to me about what you see Todd McClellan doing so right for these top line guys that the previous was getting so wrong?
I mean, I think it's just the ability to make those changes on the fly. You saw it last night in the third period. Joe Veleno, who's played very well on the first line, he moves him back down to the fourth line and brings up Casper to try to get him going, and they almost score on a 2-on-1. Larkin with a beautiful pass to Casper, and I think it's just the ability to be versatile and to see what's going on in the game and be able to adjust. That's something that Lalonde was not very good at. He could not adjust on the fly. He could not watch the game and know that you have to make these changes on these lines to make sure that you can create the offense that you need. The Red Wings created 2 goals after they switched the lines up in the third period and was able to win that game. That was a key detail for this game. And then you're seeing more from guys like Erik Gustafsson. Erik Gustafsson looked like a shelled veteran who was on his last contract in the NHL and now looks like a very volatile piece to this team, playing great minutes on that second power play, and his defense has improved. Same with the rest of the defensemen, Johansson as well. I mean, it is a philosophy, it is a mentality that this team now has to play together and to be a unit, and that's something they did not have under Lalonde.
Yeah, you had to see improvements from the veterans. The young guys are going to grow and develop at their rate. Getting Lalonde out of there is going to help further that development. I mean, it seemed like the whole team was walking around like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, just kind of like, and they didn't know what to do. They had no leader, essentially. I mean, even Dylan Larkin was calling it out. They needed some type of spark, some type of energy, and then Todd McClellan coming in, just play effing hockey, telling these guys to get it together and just go do what you've been doing your whole life. And, I mean, and like I said, like the veterans, Comfer, Kopp, Kane, DeBrincat, Gustafsson.
These are the names I was hearing from you guys.
All these guys, like, these are the guys who need to step up and play to the level that they have their entire career. These guys have been in the league multiple years. Patrick Kane, greatest American hockey player to ever lace him up. I mean, you got to play like it. He did not seem like he wanted to be here. He looked like it. You know, there were rumors of him possibly getting traded out of town before the end of the season. And now this is a whole new team, 18-4, fighting and clawing. If that game doesn't go to overtime last night, like Justin talked about that Raymond Casper one-timer that nearly went in. I mean, we're looking at being tied with the Senators. We ended up giving them a point last night in that overtime loss. So, you know, not as ideal in this claw back into the race. But, I mean, we're fighting. We're 2 points behind Columbus, who's currently sitting in that second wild card spot. So, we're right there. I expect us to be playing hockey, like meaningful hockey, not only in late April, but also in May.
Ooh, I like the sounds of that.
And just the slight elevation of Kane and DeBrincat, they were at a half point per game until Todd McClellan took over, and now since then they've been at 1.5 per game, which just that 1 point per game that they're both adding per game has just boosted this team. Their goals per game is up a whole goal, and their goals against is down a half a goal. I mean, it's just they are playing hockey. They're doing the basics of the hockey with the fundamentals. They're getting pucks deep, they're getting pucks out, they're finishing their checks, they're forechecking, they're clearing the front. All the basic things that you need to do to be an elite hockey team, Tom McClellan has come in here and done, and that's why he's done such a great job with this team.
And Justin, I got to know, in your opinion, I mean, they're sitting at 18-18 now. I believe only 2 or 3 games out of the wild card. Like Chase said, is this realistic for the Red Wings going forward? I know it's still a little bit early, but can you see this team actually making the playoffs now, considering how they started the season?
I mean, yeah, it's hockey. There's over 35 games left, and they're 2 games out of the wild card spot with a game in hand. They've beaten every team that's above them, except for the I forgot.
The Canadian or the Maple Leafs.
The Canadians.
No, it was the Maple Leafs in McClellan's first game with the team. He literally walked into the locker room a couple hours before the game, and it was first time addressing him. No practices or anything. So I mean, you can kind of scratch that one as like a non-compete. He didn't have any time to install.
Yeah, I wasn't going to count that one. I was only going to count the wild card teams because they've beaten every team in front of them in the wild card race. They've beaten the Blue Jackets, they've beaten the Penguins, they've beaten the Senators. They lost to the Canadians, but they didn't have Simon Edmondson, and that was a huge time to lose him. And that was with Luan as well. So does that even count? And then they beat the Flyers, who are 1 point behind them. So yeah, it's completely doable. They're beating teams they have to beat in their class to be able to move up the standings. And then they're only a few points off of being third in their division and not even having to be in the wild card race. There's only 5 points off of that, which, as you just saw, they just absolutely decimated a 10-point deficit to come back in this wild card race. As long as the goalies continue to play well and the neutral zone forecheck limits shots, you have a chance to win every game with how much offensive firepower you have. And that's why this team was underperforming. This team has been built on offense for years on years. And when you're getting the offense, this team is extremely dangerous. I was talking to Sean Belizean about it, who is the biggest Montreal Canadiens believer I've ever met in my life. And he always tells me the Canadiens are very good and they're very fast, but they lack the physicality that a lot of older teams have in the NHL. Well, the Wings are a young team with a ton of physicality. What I loved seeing last night was Edmondson and Seider not going into Brady Tkachuk's BS. He was trying to gut them and bait them all first period, trying to get them to be young players and to take penalties, and they didn't do it. They forced him to take penalties. They made him uncomfortable. They were the physical aggressors. In the second period, they took a step back, but in the third period, they returned to that when Edmondson came back, and it was so big for this Red Wings team, and I love seeing the physicality because it is a key when you get to playoff time and those games in March and April where they're difficult games to win.
Another big thing about like building momentum and getting us back into this playoff game, our next 3 games are all at home against 3 of the 4 bottom tier teams in the Western Conference. We have the Chicago Blackhawks, the Seattle Kraken, and the San Jose Sharks all at home before we have a tough 4-game road stretch, which will really tell us a lot about this team, our first test on the road. But to reel off, if we can reel off 7 of 8 or even maybe 8 in a row before we head on the road, I mean, this team is going to be firing on all cylinders. It's going to be an entirely new energy in the locker room and on the road. I mean, Wings travel. I've been to Pittsburgh and saw us play at PPG Paints Arena. It was my first Red Wings game, and the Wings travel, and that arena is going to light up with this team firing in there. So I'm excited. I think
you know what. We did see this before. Lions fans won pride, they own one, but you're right. In the heyday, Red Wing fans were everywhere.
Man, what?
You saw that jersey, that sweater, let me be more appropriate, that Justin has on right now. You saw those colors and that logo everywhere.
Yeah. Hey,
Hip-hop
hockey
videos
town, man.
To all over every road trip, man. It felt like every time we went out to play the Phoenix Coyotes, it was like a Red Wings home game. Like, it was just, I remember watching these types of things on TV. But, you know what, just one more thing here that do Justin on the Red Wings before we get into the next segment. Tammy Chin. Hey, shout out to
Shout
Tammy
out.
Chin. I'm glad she gets to see this stuff. Even her Avi in the chat family, I believe it's her at LCA in Red Wing sweater. But she says Coach McClellan is holding the boys accountable where Lalonde didn't. That's one of the common themes across all of our coaches. Is there any negative consequence at this point to having made this coaching switch too late? There's some people who thought it should have happened sooner.
It should have happened in the offseason.
I mean, maybe
you couldn't have done it in the offseason.
Why not?
Because when you were that close to the playoffs and you were showing the momentum and what Neil always likes to say with the linear growth, it's so hard to do that. But when you saw the step back, I do think they should have done it a week before, but I think they wanted to wait for the Christmas break. They wanted to give their guys that mental reset of the 5 days off that you get around Christmas. But they're 100% more disciplined, and that discipline is going to be evident against these lower tier teams that they play in the next 3 games. Like Chase said, if they're able to get 7 of 8 or 8 of 8, that would be so big. And that set up an easier road trip for you with an easier expectations for you, where you only have to go 2 for 2 against the top of the Eastern Conference that you're about to go up against in the next 3 or 4 after this easy 3-game stretch at home. But I also want to shout out Tammy Chin as well, because if I didn't use my platform for good, then there'd be no point in having a platform. Tammy, the fact that the Red Wings are raising your season tickets by 400% is absolutely ridiculous.
What?
The fact that you're sitting in the 300 section and it's going up to $18,000 is utterly ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I expect better out of the Red Wings. I expect better out of Detroit, and I expect better from this ownership. That's not okay to do to a loyal fan who has been in this chat every single day. Even when we're not even talking Red Wings, we'll talk Red Wings with anyone in the chat.
Bro, she's at the arena all the
Detroit
time.
Red Wings, think about what you're doing when it comes to hurting these ticket prices. You're seeing it with the Lions right now in the playoffs. The ticket prices are so expensive. The home field advantage is getting worse because, like, I was at the game on Sunday. The decibel meter didn't hit 120. I have never been to a Lions game where the decibel meter hasn't hit 120 before.
Wow.
And it's because you are pricing out real fans. You're pricing out the Detroiters that want to be at the game, the diehards that live and breathe by these teams. So please, please do not inflate your tickets, Detroit.
And at least with the Lions, it makes sense because, okay, they're in the playoffs. They are a Super Bowl contending team. But, I mean, the Red Wings, yes, they're on the way back, but we haven't got a product that is worthy of raising your ticket prices like that. That's crazy.
And I'm not smiling at that. I'm just
That's
proud of
wild.
this team. I'm proud of the chat family. I'm proud of the character of the people that we do this stuff with. That's good on you, Justin. I didn't know that was going on. Tammy doesn't even really come in here and complain about it. So
it's your boy Chris.
Shout out, man. Shout out to you, Justin. Shout out to you, Tammy. Hopefully, man, because I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna continue to support. That's who Tammy always is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, man, dog. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Anything from you, real quick, Chase, before we get into the next segment?
I mean, just shout out Tammy, the first one in the chat today. Always super kind to everybody.
She's the mom of the chat,
too. Like literally greets everybody, says good morning to everybody.
Comes to our lives.
Yeah.
Tells us where we can come to get the exclusive signings and the content and stuff. Like, we've had stuff bang on socials because she gives us the drop first, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, shout out Tammy. You know, hockey is a community. That's one great thing about the sport. I think, you know, more so than maybe some other sports, there is a big community in hockey. So hopefully, you know, whether, you know, even if Tammy's not able to go to as many games in the future, hopefully, like, we find some way to get together, whether that be with maybe some of us from Woodward or, you know, just some other fans who don't get to go to as many games. We find some way to enjoy that experience together somehow.
Absolutely.
You know, there's other ways we can make something happen.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? Good job, especially that dude Justin and Cavassier Chase GPT holding down the Red Wings
Appreciate
conversation. Because I know we got a lot of Red Wings supporters in this chat. It's what we dedicated this show to, is making sure that all 4 sports teams got their coverage, and we've consistently brought it. And guess what? As these teams are now percolating, guess what? You can trust that we've been there every single step of the way. And realistically, we know that you all have too. So shout out to you, chat family. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, that dude, Justin. Let's get into that next.
Go Blue. Big dub.
Yes,
Justin,
sir.
Amon-Ra.
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's go. Ray
Go
Donaldson, absolute masterclass yesterday. Came with Glad Golden. Let's go. Hey, thanks for having me on, fellas. It's a pleasure, as always. And have a great show.
Thank you, brother, man. Good to see you.
Thanks,
Good to see
bro.
You crush
See
the
you
rest
later,
of this,
Justin.
and it's gonna go by like that. You will be back. You will be back here.
I know. I know
All
I
right,
will.
then.
I'll check in with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey,
See ya,
let's get
brother.
into this next segment. Let's say what up, though, to some friends.
Where we going?
Over to me for New Holland Brewing Company. Hey,
that stuff.
I got to tell you guys about that Tangerine Space Machine, that new easy drinking IPA that is out of this world. It's smooth, it's juicy, with refreshing crushability. Take your taste buds to the moon with this intergalactic haze of goodness. This is the official beer of outer space, so yes, it is on tap on the moon for you right now. Go out and grab yourself a case of this today. And you know what? It's brewed by New Holland Brewing Company, straight out of Holland, Michigan, so you know you can always support locally.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Listen, it's 2025, man. Get right. Get right. What are you waiting for, man? You spent all of 2024 acting like you was going to get in the gym. But now it's a new year and you still not in the gym. Get to Planet Fitness today, man. Get that membership. Still the best deal in the gym game right now. Get that black card. You can go to any Metro Detroit location. There's plenty of them in the city, and, of course, thousands nationwide, man. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential. What up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. What a great start to the show. Like I said, man, the vibes are immaculate. I love the fact that we're right here on Woodward. Many times, especially like when we doing Piston stuff, Red Wing stuff, other events in the city, it's just right down Woodward into the city, or right down Woodward, 75, right into Detroit. And it's awesome to be able to have this experience right now as well with all of the sports teams. Like, we've done so many different events down there right now. And I know you were part of the Jars, Cannabis, NFL draft experience. And that's where I know you were out there as well, Chase. I still got some of that footage and such, man. We're going to play that as we get closer to draft season. But it's awesome to be in the midst of it. And you remember just walking around with the camera and we had the microphone.
We had so much fun, man.
Interacting with so many of you out there, man. Freddie Felt was there and so many others. I'm missing people's names, but it was so many.
Dope. Yeah, it was a lot.
Dope. But you know what I do know? David Montgomery. They said he's back.
Yes, sir.
We got the news that he did practice. People were still wondering, what is it going to be in terms of his return? Is it going to be that first game, that second game? Is he going to be healthy? It seems like between he and Terran Arnold, both of those guys are going to be like just healthy, good to go, back to themselves by the time we get to the Detroit Lions' first playoff game after this bye week. And so I just got to ask you guys, one, just your initial reaction, obviously, to David Montgomery being back. If people want to be hyped about that, I ain't going to take that from people. But then, two, we got to talk about it. Jahmyr Gibbs was ceremonially the #2 running back. And then when David Montgomery went down, we saw this guy turn into a star, to the point that not just people here in Detroit, but people outside of here are now saying, hey, you know what? That guy's one of the top running backs in all of the NFL. Everything he can do, running the ball, everything he can do, catching the ball in the backfield. And we see him getting better at picking up the blocks. There was one play where he missed the block, in the last game, and the broadcast pointed out, well, hey, he picked it up here, he picked it up here, he picked it up here. And so shout out to Jahmyr Gibbs for taking, honestly, advantage of his opportunities that come his way and being ready for the moment. But by that, not just stepping in and doing the job, I mean going beyond.
Yeah.
It's like he knew what he was. But what did the Lions do? What's the strategy from here with David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs?
Well, first and foremost, you got to be thankful that he didn't have a more serious MCL injury and that he's able to come back, man. I think that's going to pay huge dividends for this team because as a defense, it's just so hard to game plan for a Jahmyr Gibbs and also a David Montgomery, especially when they seem to interchange them every single drive, every single set of plays. They'll swap the backs out. So they've become a very fearsome tandem in the NFL, and I'm so glad that he's going to be able to come back and experience this playoff run because he wants this bad, man. So as far as usage goes, I think you still want to lean on Gibbs a little bit more. And this is somebody that has been accused of being a Monty bro. Shout out Flannel Sam. You still don't understand that because I've never downplayed what Gibbs can do for this offense. I just always wanted to appreciate what David Montgomery brought to this offense because he sets everything up, man. He gets this offense in position, man. The fact of what he can do at the goal line and things of that nature, I've just always thought that he deserves appreciation for what he does, and especially in keeping the wear and tear off of a Jahmyr Gibbs so he can go out there and utilize his speed. But in the situation you're in now, he's not 100% healthy. I think we all know that. You want to still be able to lean on Gibbs a little bit more. But as far as, splitting carries, I think Gibbs will get a little bit more of the share. And in terms of, blocking for Jared Goff, I think Gibbs needs to do a little bit more of that as well. But best believe you're going to see some Monty. Yeah, and especially probably in goal line situations or situations where it's short yardage.
Yeah, and for me personally, I look at that first quarter where it seems like Jahmyr Gibbs sometimes has to build up, almost like the momentum has to build up for him, and as they get through that first quarter. Yeah. And that's where I believe we do miss a little bit of David Montgomery to go out there on those first and those second drives and be able to go out there and get us that short 3, 4, 5 yards of carry, where sometimes in the first quarters I see Jahmyr Gibbs running into the line as he's still trying to figure out what the defense, where are the pressures, what type of stunts are they running. Oh, they're running a pick for the linebacker. Once they figure that stuff out, it's just like a track race from. But where David Montgomery, what I thought one of his superpowers was it didn't matter. It just didn't matter. Like, I'm running you guys over. Oh, yep, they stunted the linebacker. He's right in my face. Hey, now you're 4 yards downfield with me, linebacker. Mm-hmm. And that's what David Montgomery does so well. That's what I miss. Not that Jahmyr Gibbs isn't one of those guys that's going out there and getting 5.4 yards a touch, over 6 yards a carry as well when you're talking about the running game. But the one element that I know also comes into play is with David Montgomery. Most defenses are going to line up in the backfield to try and stop him from running. And what we've seen this year is him being more effective and have one of his best years ever as a receiving running back out of the backfield. And so it's like having those little wrinkles mixed with the mind of Ben Johnson is where I'm like, I do agree with you. More usage, higher usage for Jahmyr Gibbs. But strategy-wise, it gives Ben Johnson the ability to go and be a mad scientist because now, again, the play action becomes such a magical tool, and that's where I believe they've caught some of these teams off guard. Like, when you see Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, I think your mind instantly goes, we got to be mindful of the play action pass or the swing pass. But when it's David Montgomery, you're putting your brutes up there, including bringing your linebackers. So then when Jared Goff play actions to him, he's wide open in the middle of the field. Yeah. So it's like those little bit of wrinkles when you need like that one that one checkmate type of a play. That's where I'm just like, you know what? I can't wait to have him back for the first quarters. Punch, like you said, short yardage, goal line type stuff. Yeah. But just a strategy that allows Ben Johnson to play with.
No, absolutely, because Jahmyr Gibbs he's such a deadly weapon in the red zone. You can use him in a multitude of ways. And shout out to Paul M in the chat. I'm still looking for some formations that have both Gibbs and Monty. And, with Monty being not 100%, I believe you could see that, especially in terms of when they get in the red zone. It becomes a guessing game at that point because, like you said, the play action is going to be prevalent. You have to respect what David Montgomery can do. You have to respect what Jahmyr Gibbs can do, and that can open up the pass game for you. But I think that Ben Johnson, he knows what he has available to him, and he knows the state of the backfield right now. So expect to see a few different things from him in terms of how he strategizes. But I think it remains the same. Like, you're going to get a healthy dose of both Gibbs and Monty, especially if Monty's out there on the field.
Yep. Hey, JB Smooth, you're the voice of reason here.
What's up?
Hey, talk to me. This is backfield. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery is on the way back. Now, at one point in time, I was like, you know what? Maybe this allows them to keep Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more fresh. But Craig Reynolds and Jamar Jefferson were doing such a good job at being able to handle the opportunities they got that realistically Jahmyr Gibbs' touches didn't go like through the roof. I was expecting to say, hey, maybe he got rushed 25 times and got 8 targets. No, it's still like 18 rushes, which is what we were kind of really akin to when David Montgomery was here. So just talk to me, man. David Montgomery's on the way back. What's the strategy here? Obviously, it's something that we all like. But what's the strategy here on the way back?
It's definitely something we all like, and shout out to KG for bringing that up. Thankfully, Monty didn't further injure himself, having a season-ending injury right
MCL
there.
MCL injury,
yeah. So shout out for him for not having that. But I am going to be a little bit cautious when bringing Monty back as well, too. I don't think I'm going to lean on him as much as you did earlier on in the season. Maybe, it's not going to be that 50-50 timeshare. Gibbs a little bit more than Monty, but still Monty's going to be implemented into this offense still, heading into the divisional round and everything like that. But Kool-Aid, as you said, Craig Reynolds, Jamar Jefferson, and can't forget about Sione Vaki as well, too. They all put in work, and they're all reliable backs as well, too, that you can still lean on them as well. So I don't think this is all just going to be a Gibbs and Monty 50-50 split. I think you ease Monty back into this playoff-style offense because, in the playoffs, things get twice as hard. So here it is. It's going to be Gibbs. That's 60-40 that I'm thinking for, Gibbs and Monty. What do you guys think?
I like that. And I'm hoping that the other running backs, they get some play as well. When you talk about making sure that David Montgomery is fresh, the good thing we know is if the first playoff game is something that is firmly in hand, you can say, hey, D-Mont, go and just rest chill. Up. Go and chill. We know that, Craig Reynolds, Jamar Jefferson, like you said, Sione Vaki, they got this. They can handle this. They can lock this down. And it's cool because those guys are dogs. It was a couple plays where the broadcast got tricked out. Like, oh, Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, no, that's Jamar Jefferson.
Yeah.
A couple times Craig Reynolds and what they have to say, man, he's looking like David Montgomery out there. And Sione Vaki, oh, my goodness. In 2 to 3 years, I think he's going to be an animal.
He could be.
And I think he's going to be an animal. The guy plays tough. He practiced tough. It's going to be about what he does in the offseason. But right now, like you said, man, he's somebody that you don't want to count out when we're talking about this running back room and everything they have to be able to the running back room, even losing a David Montgomery, it hasn't had one dip at all.
And
That's
trust
crazy.
me, this offensive coaching staff knows what they're doing. They keep 4 running backs on their roster. And if you look at Sione Vaki and Craig Reynolds' games, what do they model? They model a lot of what Gibbs and Monty can do. So you essentially have, a pair of the same type of running back, and which you can utilize them in a lot of ways. So absolutely expect to see Jamar Jefferson and expect to see Sione Vaki. Maybe not as many touches, but you got to be able to utilize everybody and be able to keep Monty and Gibbs, for that matter, fresh, because you're going to lean on Gibbs a lot during this playoff run. He is the pseudo number 1 back in this backfield now going forward.
It has to be, and that was what he was drafted to be. I believe David Montgomery understood that too. You see the way that he's taken Jahmyr Gibbs under his wings. And we talk about the things that we talked, some of the things that we doubted or wanted to see come to fruition. Can he run between the tackles in terms of Jahmyr Gibbs? Can he pick up the blocks? Is he the one that can get you those tough yards? Which we've seen him be able to go out there and do that a couple times, many times actually. And I wonder how much the tutelage of a back like David Montgomery, a vet like him, somebody who's just here to just see the team win and be a part of a culture that's as awesome as this is. I wonder, the role that he's been able to play. And we do know that Jahmyr Gibbs has credited David Montgomery for being like big bro.
Yeah.
And so this thing has paid dividends all the way around. I remember when we got David Montgomery and people said, man, why do we have him and Jahmyr Gibbs and we paid Monty this money? Well, you look at this, man, right now. When we talk about the vibes being immaculate, it's not just the fans. It's not just because we're seeing winning. We look inside these locker rooms, and it's not like, shout out to Kevin Porter Jr., KPJ, who threw a bowl of oatmeal at a coach because they moved his locker room.
I know,
bro.
right?
Like, no, the vibes are absolutely immaculate right now. Shout out Dante151, $4.99 super chases. I heard Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn are on a no-fly list for multiple cities in the United States right now for some weird
terrorists,
reason.
man.
Weird. LOL.
They might be many terrorists, bro.
These are people made for Detroit. That's just it.
It's people you don't want as head coaches. Yeah. No.
It's almost like, I love Batman. It's almost like Gotham. Listen, Arkham Asylum, right?
Yep.
You can't handle what goes inside Arkham Asylum outside of Gotham. We can handle them. We got them right here at Ford Field. Just like DJ Reader.
Yeah.
We knew what the deal was.
We ain't let him leave.
We locked him in the Arkham Ford Field.
You ain't leaving Detroit, bro. You ain't leaving Detroit, bro.
Jake Bates.
Yep.
So, hey, you know what? We got the legend on the line. Let's get to this next segment because I want to hear what the legend has to say about these Detroit Lions. We haven't been able to talk to him since they clinched. I'm fired up right now. It is a Wednesday, and we also got it's all good vibes right now. We got the Pistons to talk about too. Rod Beard on the way. Let me see here.
Woodward and Maine.
Yeah,
Woodward and Maine in the pregame show. And if you don't know, you should by now, man. We got the best Lions coverage in the city, the state, and maybe the whole world, Craig. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Woodward and Maine every day, 8 to 10 a.m. on your Lions game day. And you're going to wake up with Matt Broder, shout out, former WUW Crew member, and holding it down with him is the legend Terry Foster. Every morning, they give you all the Lions inside information that you guys need, and it gets you prepped up and ready for the Golden Voice and Sean Belegian on the New Holland pregame show, coming to you normally at 10 a.m. to noon, but we adjust it depending on the game time. But listen, man, you want to be able to catch Sean and Neil just go off about everything Lions and whoever we face in that particular week. Listen, it's the playoffs. They got us making that noise right there, man. You want to be live for this coverage, man. We got the best coverage in the city on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Did somebody say merch?
Merch.
And head over to woodwardsports.com. Click on that shop tab. New designs dropping every single week. We got the Curb Stomp t-shirt out right now. We got the Dan Campbell quote, as you see up there on the screen. And you can't forget about the Roll Pride Detroit Tigers, the Detroit Lions. What am I saying here? And I believe we actually have some playoff merch in the store as well, too. So go over, check it out right now. Woodwardsports.com. Kings of the North. Click on that shop tab. Get swagged out. Fill up Ford Field with Woodward Sports, baby.
Hey, what up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. I'm on one fired up.
Should be.
I've had the victory shades on all day. Shout out to the Red Wings. Shout out to the Pistons. Shout out to the Lions. Shout out to the Detroit sports teams. The vibes are on one. And you know what? We got the legend right now, Detroit News Rod Beard. He is the sports editor-in-chief of the Detroit News. Brother, what up though, man? It's been so much over the last couple of weeks, man. The holidays, the Lions, a birthday. Shout out to Rod Beard. I gotta say it on the show.
Shout out, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Rod.
The legend.
Beard, the legend. Thank you for honestly doing so much, not just for me personally, but so many other people.
Yep.
And Woodward Sports, man. Thank you for your time. And as always, it's awesome to have you part of the show, brother.
Happy Wednesday, and happy championship sort of couple of weeks leading up to this. This is different for Detroit to be in this type of position where you got a number one seed, you got a bye. I mean, who does this? And this is how everybody else feels all of the time, and the Lions and their fans really finally get to experience this.
It's amazing, and it's just like, Rod, you've covered Detroit sports now for some time, and you've had this perspective. Just everything that's going on right now with all the four sports teams. You see the Red Wings trending more positive. You see the Pistons trending more positive. Is there ever been a time where you've seen it like this in the city?
I haven't seen it like this. I mean, you can go to Sam's Club, you can go to anywhere, and you see people with Lions gear on, and it's not like it's Halloween or something. Like
right.
They are legitimately excited about their team, and win or lose or whatever else. And it's been 15 wins. You know how long it takes for the Lions to get 15 wins in my lifetime? That's 2 or 3 seasons at least.
Yep. And you know what, Rod? I know we're going to get into Pistons a little bit later, but the team that really started all of this, the Detroit Lions, it seems like people just can't wait to bury them. And we talked about some of this yesterday, KG and the rest of the WUW Crew, and the content went viral. It seemed like, you know what I mean? Like people, they use the analogy of, man, he's not even letting the waiting for the ink to dry on the check yet. It's like they win the NFC North. They lock up the number one seed. They defy a lot of different people's odds. And then right there on Ford Field after the game, from Florio to Tony Dungy to Harrison to so many other people to national pundits the next day after, everybody saying, oh, that was cute, but yeah, the Lions are done. Yeah, if they meet Philly, they're done. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I don't even understand this one. He's not worth what he's paid. I don't understand this, Rod. It seems like people, they just can't wait until the Lions fall off. But Dan Campbell, he just hasn't had the team in position to fall off.
Arkham Asylum, man. People don't know about that.
They don't.
When the Lions are good, because we've never seen it. Everybody wants to be right and be the first one that says, oh, well, yeah, this was cute, this is a fluke, this is a one-year thing. It's not a one-year thing. It's at least a 2-year thing now. And the fact that they are the number one seed means they made it through the entire season without those sort of Flintstones and Keystone Cop errors where they fumble something, they figure out a different way to lose. No, they're figuring out different ways to win now. All of the years that we've been through where the stupid Lions, they lost again, they found a different way to lose. Here's a new rule that they got screwed on. No, they're winning all of these games now. This is a different team and a different mindset. This is Dan Campbell, should be coach of the year, should be. And I
yes.
don't care about all of the other kind of candidates and what they've done. And this isn't just people will say coach of the year is a just this year award. Look at this team and what they did. They ran through the best division in the NFL and swept everybody.
Yep.
They only lost 2 games. The NFC is a bit stronger. They were 15-2. I mean, what do you need to see to say that this team is better? They were a strong team last year. They were the best team in the NFC, tied for the best record in the NFL this year. That is drastic improvement, and that is a coach that should be coach of the year. And with the injuries and everything that they went through, coach of the year, man. That's just coach of the year.
Rod, I absolutely agree. And yesterday what I said was they're playing the expectations card now. You know, you ain't want to give it to Dan Campbell early. The 2022 season, they didn't make the playoffs. That would have been a good opportunity for him to have it. Last year they had expectations. This year they had expectations. And they don't want to give it to him based off that. I think that's garbage, man. But with that being said, speaking of expectations, the Lions had full-blown expectations this year to be one of the top-tier teams in the NFC, and they were praised as a Super Bowl contender. Well, you look up, they're 15-2, franchise record in wins. They sweep the division. I mean, they've broken every single record that you can imagine. So just where do you sit with this team right now going into the playoffs, and can they actually get to the Super Bowl as presently constructed?
They can get to the Super Bowl partially because of home field advantage. Ford Field is Arkham Asylum. Like, again, if we're going to stay with the same theme, that is a madhouse where if you're, let's say Green Bay wins, is Green Bay coming in here and beating the Lions?
No.
No, not at all.
Not happening. I mean, even if it's the Rams, are the Rams coming in here and winning?
They haven't to this point.
Not at all. And the defense is showing that, I mean, that was a masterful performance. A masterful performance. The whole Justin Jefferson to 3 for 54 is insane. And they were blitzing, they were mixing up the coverages, they were disguising the coverages so well. And people just played. Even when Terry and Arnold went out, you're like, okay, well, Kool-Aid is going to have to go in there and play defensive end because they don't get in there, man. Okay, insert Kendall Vildor, and he's going to come in and ball out. It's just the scheme works. And anybody that you pull in and make that scheme work is going to play to that scheme. That's coaching.
Yeah.
That is just straight up coaching. And I'll say it too, that the coordinators need to have head coaching jobs because they showed you what they are. They showed you that the scheme is bigger than anything else, and all of these pieces and parts that you put in, they don't have a tremendous pass rush, but they had enough to kind of disrupt what Sam Darnold was doing.
Yep.
So that just shows you the level to which this team has ascended now, that they're playing out of their minds no matter who you put back there. Imagine if you get Aiden Hutchinson back.
Man,
imagine if you have a full-strength defense and what they're going to do to teams next year. I mean, this is a team that is playing on a different level right now.
Absolutely different level, Rod. I talked about it before. All of these people who are bumping their gums about, oh, man, yeah, look, the Vikings had the same record. I'm like, look, guys, you guys are not on the same level as us. You are only comparing yourself for the second half of the season against a team that had 22 players go to the IR. Mm-hmm. We have a full squad coming back next year. You guys are not in the stratosphere, and I think that the pedigree of who the Detroit Lions is what showed up most down the stretch. And everybody, you got to talk yourself up and all of this and bind them, talk about us, not the Lions. Hey, bro, you're not like us. It's just that
plain and simple.
What Dan Campbell said was more than just words. And when you hear guys from Brian Branch to Jared Goff say, oh, no, it was everything he told us from the beginning, we believed it. We were going to roll with him from the beginning, and now Jared Goff is saying that's why we do anything he tells us right now. That's why we have full confidence with the fourth down calls. That's why we have full confidence with the trick plays. That's why we have full confidence with just letting it rip down the field to J-Mo, because how many people were surprised the first time they saw that? But now people expect it. I don't hear people say, well, he doesn't have a big arm anymore. Where's that narrative? I don't hear that at all. But you talk about these schemes, Rod, and I got to just ask this. This season, Aaron Glenn, coordinator of the year?
Either him or Ben Johnson, one or the other. I mean, it's they've both done different things. Aaron Glenn's has been, you've got Aiden Hutchinson, and you can make this defense hum with Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, now you don't. And you're going to give up more points. They're still winning games. They're playing good enough defense where the offense is now outscoring people. And then this Minnesota game was supposed to be this 100-point scoring fest, touchdown fest. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's a defensive battle. And you hold Minnesota in this big game with everything they were supposed to be able to do with Justin Jefferson, with all of their offensive weapons. No touchdowns, a couple of field goals, and in the red zone, just field goals? Come on, man. That is masterful stuff in a game that matters. And Minnesota was supposed to be hiding in the bushes waiting for you all season. Everybody's talking about the Lions. What about us? Okay, you got your shot, and what did you do? You
failed.
Didn't get in the end zone. You didn't get in the end zone. Ball game. Let's not talk anymore. You're done.
They didn't even put up double-digit points, Rod. Like, this Lions team is just different, bro. That's why we are the conversation. But speaking of the coaching, we be failed. We just be real about it, man. But we be remiss if we didn't bring up the fact that, Aaron Glenn, I'm looking at the list of interviews lined up for him. He has interviews lined up with the Jaguars, the Jets, the Saints, and the Chicago Bears. And we all know Ben Johnson, he's going to have a slew of interviews lined up for him as well. The Bears being one. But should Lions fans be worried? Because it just seems like the closer they get to this thing, if they actually accomplish a Super Bowl, are we in fear of both of our coordinators maybe leaving town?
You should have a healthy fear of that. But just like last year when Ben Johnson said, hey, I want to run this back, your personal goals can sort of be put on hold. It's not just, hey, the first opportunity that opens up, I'm running to it. It's not that. And I think you can tell those people to kind of wait it out. You want to see how this finishes. If you win a Super Bowl, are you automatically going and say, I want to go coach Chicago? Not really. Is Jacksonville that exciting to you? I'm not sure that it is. Is New England like that, where you just run into the door to do it? Is there roster also for you to be successful? And the other thing to look at is in this last coaching cycle, Jared Mayo, Antonio Pierce, 1 year, if you don't do it in 1 year, you get clipped.
Yeah.
That's how the NFL is now from a coaching standpoint. So if you're one of these guys and you leave a comfortable situation where if they win the Super Bowl, we could run this whole thing back and do it again, and then they wait for a better opportunity next year.
Oh.
I'm not so sure that either one of them is leaving. They are deserving of it. But is the right opportunity there for them? That's something they have to decide. And in this little window they have between today and I think it's Friday or Saturday, some point during the weekend where they can do their initial Zoom interviews with people. They can't do anything in person during this week. But, I mean, do you take that interview because you want to see how this thing turns out? Or do you just flat out say, hey, give me some time. I'm doing the courtesy interview, but give me some time and let's see how this thing works out. Whether the Lions win or don't win the Super Bowl, I think that's a bigger determiner of this whole thing. Because if they're bought in and they say they want to bring a Super Bowl to Detroit and they don't win it this year, they might be coming back.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? When you listen to Ben Johnson and his reasons for coming back to Detroit, he talked about it. This is a magical place. He said, my family has fallen in love with this city. Obviously, the way the organization is operating now and the way that they respect. Think about how far it goes now. You're not just locking up your current players, which shows respect for what they do, but you're going to the guys like Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, who has been long reported that there's been some friction between the organization and two of its bigger stars ever, and they're repairing that. It shows, in my opinion, that underneath Sheila, underneath Disner, underneath Spielman, they're taking a more human approach to this thing that aligns more with the fans, aligns more with making sure that people want to be here. Yeah. Winning goes a long way with that, but how you enrich and how you give to these families, to these teams, and honestly to the fans, all of that matters to me. I think that the way that the city as well is going through its renaissance of bits, and we want to see that continue to permeate out to the outskirts, all of these things matter. Stan Van Gundy, rest in peace to his wife before she passed. Yeah. They came here, and we understand how the end of that his tenure went, at least between him and the fans in the stadium as it relates to the basketball of it. All but Rod, you might notice as well, they still maintained a house here after he was let go from the Detroit Pistons, because he said of the way that he connected with the people here. And so you're right. When you mix in who Michigan is, what Michigan is, the heart and the soul of these people like Ashton the trainer and Cannon Cunningham, Cade's cousin and brother, saying, look, we love it here. We love the people here, man. When you see those types of things and they're winning and they have an opportunity not just to win, but they're one of those, they have a chance to be one of those special types of teams that wins. Those are the things where you go down in the history books and in the record books. That's the thing that they have all in front of them right now with the Detroit Lions. And Sheila Hamp, she had a large part to do with that.
Yeah, one more thing for you, too. People talk about the Lions and Dan Campbell's going for it on fourth down. And just gambling Dan gambled. When the Vikings got put in a position where they had to go for it and the Lions kind of pressured them, They couldn't handle that when they got in the red zone and they had to go for it. When the book says kick a field goal, or traditional wisdom says kick a field goal, and the Lions weren't doing it, and the Vikings said, yeah, we're going to do that too. We're not going. You have to have that mentality and that dog in you to say, yep, we're going for it on fourth and goal. The Vikings didn't convert those, where the Lions, who have been used to doing it all season and the past couple of seasons, they were able to convert on more of those, and that's the difference in the game. If you haven't been in that position, you don't have those triples. Or if you have been, you don't have the triples. And maybe the Vikings did. Maybe the pressure on Sam Darnold was different because he was in that situation for the first time. It makes a difference when you play like that all the time, that your players are calm and they can convert in those situations.
Yep. Hey, man, you are preaching. Do you got a little bit more time for one more segment for us today?
Please, Rod.
Let's do it.
Hey,
we got a nice swish or break on the
Swish
way.
or break?
Y'all gotta stay tapped in. We got some questions, man, and we want you guys to stay tapped in. Depending on how tapped in they are, they might be able to get some Woodward Pistons merch from the shop.
Okay,
we shall see. Let's get that poll in the chat. Let's see who's for the Immaculate Detroit vibes right now, or who's against them right now. We'll find out who's hitting the like button and if they have. So shout out to the legend Rob Beard for giving us his time. Let's get into this next segment. At Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage. My favorite, the hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Where, I don't know. You can ask him where the towel goes. Open 7 days a week.
Respectfully, of course.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It is wicked awesome. Face, neck, back.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Lady Jane's.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Your sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000. All you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. And you know what? If it doesn't hit, they will throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. But you know what? It's going to hit. So you have nothing to fear. You have no worries. Scan the QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You know what? Make some money today.
Hey, make some money, and welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. Shout out to the chat family. They're on one right now, man. They are on one. And hitting that like button, if you didn't get an opportunity to, make sure that you do. And you know what? Shout out to our brother, Sam Reynolds, Flannel Sam. We can't wait to get you back with the squad, brother. Hope all is well and blessed. That dude, Justin, he made an appearance this morning in a great Red Wing segment, led out by he and Chase. Cavassier Chase, who's in the sound booth. What up, though? Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth in the TD booth.
Jay Bizzle.
One Mr. Jared Goff in the building.
Hey. It never fails.
Never fails.
Said his name.
Detroit's #1 draft pick over here, KG, aka Black Hollywood. And Brandon Dent, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Let's get this drum roll going. Because you know what? We got to talk about another team that is currently sitting in playoff positioning for most of the season now. Let's go. Hey, yo! Shout out and welcome to the legend, Detroit News, Rod Beard. Again, what up, though, brother? Time to jump into and talk about the Detroit Pistons, man. All-Star K. Listen, man. I got to... One more time.
It feels so good to hear that again.
Rod,
warms your heart.
the Detroit Pistons sit currently a half a game out of 6th place. They sit 1 game out of 5th place. The Detroit Pistons, right, in their last 10 are 8-2. They have won 5 games in a row.
Yes,
Rod.
sir.
And Cade
Hot.
Cunningham is absolutely on one. You know what? 500 team right now, 18-18, and they started the season 0-4. Take it away with Rod's thoughts. This has got to be one of the best Rod's thoughts we've ever had. Rod, we've been doing this for some time, bro. We got hope now. We got hope, Rod.
Give us something good.
They're making the playoffs, man. This is crazy time. They're making the playoffs. Like, I think a couple weeks ago I said they're winning the games they shouldn't be against winning teams, and they're losing the games against the bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
They're winning the games against the bad teams now.
Yep.
And still beating the Minnesotas in the league. That's playoff recipe, man. They are, and Cade is out of his mind. I mean, it is 40, 30, 25, triple-double, night.
How do you want
all-star. Just all-star. Book it. That's done.
Hey, you know what, man? I got the most beautiful email the other day. Bro, make the All-Star game. Because I hear the Bay is much better in February than Detroit is. So
you know
shout
that.
out. We got content plans.
Yeah.
Make it. Put this man in there. I already hit up stick, bro. Get this man into the All-Star game. And you know what? We keep talking about the fact that the vibes are immaculate right now, Rob, because all 4 sports teams, they're percolating. They're heading and trending in the right direction. The Red Wings, we had higher expectations, but to see the way they've responded to the coach has been awesome. The coaching change. To see the way the Pistons have responded to their coaching change. We heard from Jalen Duren on Monday, and he talked about the fact that, you know what? He loves J.B. Bickerstaff. He makes, and we've been tracking this from Media Day, and you were there as well, Rod. And we were sitting there together during the media scrum when they were introducing him and such, and just, he's a coach's coach. You hear the players say, yo, he makes it easy to understand. He's holding us accountable. J.B. Bickerstaff, Jalen Duren wanted to say Coach of the Year, but he said, I know it's early, so Coach of the Year candidate. Just talk to me about J.B. Bickerstaff and the impact that you've seen him have on this team so far.
We said it at the very beginning, is that he's going to bring a defensive mentality. And when you have a player's coach, you don't have as much fear like, okay, if I don't do this right, I'm coming out of the game. But it's just, he understands. He understands from a player's perspective. He understands from a coach's perspective. His dad was a coach. So you bring not only what you've learned, but all of those years of what your father's telling you, those car rides home, things your dad is telling you about. Here's how you treat players. Here's how you do. Here's how you handle this issue. It's different than other coaches who haven't been through it that way. And they talk about, hey, this quarterback is a coach's son. Well, this coach is a coach's son. And when you bring that knowledge and that institutional knowledge to what you're doing every day, it makes a difference. And all of those guys early in the process, we're talking about, hey, JB is going to be different. This is going to be different this year. And this is what they thought Monty might be. But JB is really coming through on a lot of these promises that they thought he would bring. Isaiah Stewart said it very early in the year. Cade said it very early in the year. And you're starting to see the results. That's always the question in these turnarounds. How long for this stuff to take hold? It took the early part of the season, but now these wins are starting to come together. And again, with some injuries too. We're talking about Jaden Ivey being out for quite a bit. How do they adjust to it? Well, they just keep winning. So these are interchangeable parts. That tells you when the system is good, when one of your better players goes out and you put somebody else in there and it still keeps moving and other guys pick up some of the slack. That tells you that the coaching is good.
Right, and I said this yesterday. He's somebody that was supposed to come in and just stabilize the ship a little bit, but now he's turning into somebody that is changing the culture down there at LCA, man, and it's been beautiful to see. And they've done it in the face of, Jaden Ivey going down. So they've kind of taken a page out of the Lions' grit playbook, and they've gotten even better since Jaden Ivey went down. I got to give you your credit on Tobias Harris as well, because he's been balling lately. You said he would eventually turn it around. We're starting to see shades of that now. Jalen Duran's play has improved as well, and of course Cade, running the show and taking on a little bit more. But just what do you think about this team now that Jaden Ivey has went down? I thought that they would take maybe a small step back, but they appear to be full steam ahead, man, and they're winning games without him.
Yeah, the pieces are there and the pieces have been there. It just it needs some time to marinate, and then you need it to boil for a little bit before it all kind of comes together. And Tobias wasn't going to be that bad. He's too good a player, and the history suggests he's too good a player to be that bad for that long. And I talked about his three-point percentage gradually ticking up a little bit, but his play in general had to improve also.
Yeah.
And again, when guys see that somebody goes down, they pick up the slack. They know, hey, well, now I've got to score. Now I've got to play a little bit better defense. Now I've got to be that two guard. And so I think that's the big piece of this is that guys are finding their roles. And that's what we said at the beginning of the year. The chemistry and guys finding where they fit in this whole thing was the key to everything.
Yep. And you know what, Rod? I want to be able to jump into swish or brick. We got to get into our swish or break because the rest of the conversation, I don't want to spoil it right now, but it will be handled with the swish or break. So let's rock. KG, you got the questions, right?
I do.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
always.
let's rock. KG will read off the statement or the question. I will make a case and point, and then we'll go around the room and we'll get everybody's opinions on the matter. You got to say swish or break, depending on if you agree with or if you don't agree with the statement. Chat family, I want to see you guys involved as well.
Chase, can we get a little music? It's a little different.
And I just want to let you know, if anybody gives their swish or brick, with at least a $5 super chat, you will have an opportunity to get Woodward Sports merch. It's from Kool-Aid.
Hey.
Got you guys. Let's go.
Hey, man, it's a little different doing this from the big desk. But with that being said, swish or brick, with Jaden Ivey out, Cade Cunningham should seek to score more than facilitate, swish or brick.
Now, Rod, we have covered Cade Cunningham from the beginning. We broke down this draft tape. We realized he likes to probe first. And that works when you got the fire and the ice. When you talk about Jaden Ivey, who, you know what, he's always ready to go. But with this current team, it looks like there's more shooters around him, especially with Asar. He might be out for some time, so you're losing another one of those rim runners and facilitators. So in that light, not that Cade should not be an assist man, but naturally off the way that he plays, he should seek to score and then facilitate based off of that gravity. Let's get Cade, man. What do you think? Ooh,
okay.
I'm going to say brick. Just do what you do. You Cade. That is enough. And if there are times that you need to facilitate first, like you said, Kool-Aid, do that first and then seek to score when needed. But yeah, that just be you. You don't have to change your game because Ivey's out.
Cavassier Chase. And in the future, I'm going to make sure Rod goes last. But he looked so ready for that one.
You had to cue it up.
Just like, brick. I was like, let's go. Let's go, Cavassier Chase.
I missed the question. Sick was in here. We were trying to do some audio stuff.
All right, so with Jaden Ivey out, Cade Cunningham should seek to score more than he should look to facilitate. Swish or brick?
Brick. I mean, this team is best when Cade's getting the entire offense involved. Tobias is going to be someone who needs to step up. We're going to need to see him play, closer to $26 million per year. Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. need to keep playing at the same level they've been at all season, just maybe a little bit more consistently. Malik Beasley had 5 points the other night. So, like I said, just Cade keep spreading the ball around, keep scoring, and just playing at a high level.
Jay Bizzle.
I agree with Rod and Chase as well, too. Like, this is a brick for me. I think Cade just needs to, as Rod said, just be himself. Be who he has been this entire season. Get the whole team involved, facilitate, but don't change anything. Don't feel like you need to be the top dog in scoring every single night. Just be you, continue that on, and this team will rise along as well with you.
And I think that makes him a little bit more accessible and able to go in the fourth quarters and in the clutch moments too. But KG, what's your answer before we get to question number 2?
Y'all gonna make me be the contrarian, bro.
Let's rock.
Listen, I'm gonna go switch with this only because Cade Cunningham is on an absolute heater right now offensively. I mean, his 3-point percentage through the roof, man. The way he can just get to his spots in the mid-range and get into the basket using his body. I just think he's on such a heater right now. And don't get me wrong, this does not mean stop passing the ball. Like BK Cunningham, like Rod said, you don't want to lose what makes you great. But at the same time, I feel like his scoring also opens up his passing a little bit more. When the defense has to draw more attention to Cade Cunningham, that's only going to open up more opportunities for everybody else. He's the best player on the floor. Give him the ball. Let him go to work.
Maybe the best scorer on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, he literally he got into a battle with Anthony Edwards, bro, and came out on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Like I think he need to just keep doing what he's doing right now.
I do. And you know what? I know what the next question is. I'm so trying to hold my comments. But we have one entry, one super chat.
Hey.
Who is in line now for the Woodward Pistons merch. This person will get it if nobody else does a super chat, but
Nasty T.
Nasty T
Hell
says,
of a name.
No, it's too wise. Nasty T. $4.99 super chat. He says, Brick, as long as Cade's being a team player and we are scoring, there is no need to force him to shoot. And then, you know, the other thing as well, if he is looking for more for his own offense, that does play into how effective he can be on defense.
Yeah, true.
So, you know what? If he is facilitating more, if the shooters around the perimeter got it going and he can continue to kind of pick his shots, which Stu said he can get anywhere he wants to, hey, that's the way. Let's get to question number 2.
And listen, I love this. It's actually a statement, but I love this statement right here because we already know Cade Cunningham. He got the all-star locked up, if you ask me. So we on to bigger and better, right? So with that being said, Cade Cunningham will be a All-NBA player by season's end, swish or brick.
The last All-NBA players we've had, Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond, actually was third team.
Yeah, I was about to say third team.
Third team, but
hey, he made it.
Listen, I believe that Cade Cunningham. Hey, listen, he did make it. I'm never going to hate Andre, man. He did his thing at a time when the organization did not do his thing.
Oh, I like to look at Rod's face. He's pondering. I like it.
At least All-NBA.
I'm making him work.
And you already understand. There's how this goes. They're going to give it to people who are in the playoffs. The Pistons are going to make the at least the play-in. That's my floor for them. But now they have a great shot to actually get one of those top 6 spots, and Cade is going ham. I definitely believe he's in the All-NBA conversation, but you guys know how this goes. We'll go around the room, and while Rod is deliberating, you guys give us your answers. I'm going to start with Cavassier Chase. He looks like he might be in a little bit of Chase GPT mode. What up,
he's
though?
pondering.
Yeah, I think it's a brick, and this isn't based on what I think. I think he's worthy of it, but I don't think the national media is going to give him the recognition. Yeah, I think we're probably a year away from that.
They're giving him a step all-star right now.
Not even third or second team.
No, I mean, is he worthy of it? Yes. Is he going to get it? That's a different question. I don't think they're going to give it to him, even though he's deserving of it.
It's tough, man. Jay Bizzle. What you got?
B.
Man, you know what? I'm going to let the super chats just say it for me right now. Shout out to Randall Smalls for this $5 super chat as well, too. Swish.
Hey, I see the $5. Yeah, Randall Smalls, $5. What?
And the real K77.
Shout out to both of them.
For me. Swish MF. Hey, it's easy for me. This is a swish. He deserves this so much more. Hell, if Blake Griffin can get there, come on.
Nah, for real.
Blake Griffin got there by getting the Pistons to what?
A playoffs.
8th seed.
Yep.
Drummond got there by what? Getting the Pistons to the 8th seed.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Cade, who I believe is going to put together better seasons than both of those guys. So, hey, you know what? And Chuck Brewer also said, shout out to Chuck, to add to the conversation, you have to have played so many games. A lot of players are missing a lot of time this year. Rod Beard, what say you? Did you gave your
No,
word.
I didn't go yet.
You KG first and then Rod Beard.
But this is a layup line right here. It's pretty easy. And listen, I'm not saying he'll be all NBA first team, but second or third. I mean, come on now. What are we talking about? Cade is, I would argue, a top 3 guard in the East, hands down. Arguably could be number 1 right now. You look at the triple double streak he's been on. He's one of the league leaders in the NBA in terms of triple-doubles, and he does everything for this team. His scoring is caught up as well. His defense is really good. Like I said, his shooting has improved. I don't see why you would leave him off an all-NBA team, especially when you have a second and a third team. Like, there's no excuse to keep him off at least one of those.
The only way is that they just don't want him to sweep everything. Most improved player.
Who cares, man?
Comeback player of the year.
My man hooping. Who cares?
All-star and all-NBA. K, just have it all. And you know what? Skydog says, Kool-Aid, I didn't know K joined the league to win awards. Well, in the NBA, it's a little bit different.
Right.
You win the awards if you're winning.
Exactly.
That's the point. And so you want these guys going. What does K say? I know I deserved it, but I know we got to win. That's what I'm actually appreciating it.
And he's taking
Even though
that
he was
step.
deserving, now he's understanding, you know what? Let's get this team to the next level. And then they all know that those awards will come. So in this instance, when we talk about those accolades, it's about the fact that they're winning now. But Rod Beard, what say ye?
Does he deserve it? Yes.
Come on, Rod. Come on, Rod.
Will he get it? It's a brick because of the media. The people who are voting are not going to want to recognize what he's doing. And it's the national media. When you start seeing Mark Spears from ESPN and NSK giving him the credit, it's putting him on that platform so that the common fan and the common writers can see that. It's going to take another year for him to get there. And Andre Drummond didn't do it his first year when he started padding stats.
You're right.
You're right. Have the stats and be worthy of it, but the voting media will find 6 other cats to put ahead of him for the All-NBA guards.
They
will do it. They'll figure something out. Ant is already there. That's so it's really 5 people that they'll put ahead of him because you know Ant is already there.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's where these narratives and these head-to-heads, you talk about where they finish versus where the Atlanta Hawks finish. Is if the Hawks are ahead of the Pistons, Trae Young is going to be ahead of Cade Cunningham. That's just how the narrative is going to go. They're not going to demote somebody who's already been there.
And here's the difference, too.
Yeah, he's not a better player.
All-Star is just Eastern Conference. All-NBA is the entire league.
NBA.
Are there 6 better guards in the entire league? The writers will find somebody else.
Yeah,
like you said, find somebody. It ain't the truth, though.
Let's get to question number 3, and that'll be our last one for today, and we'll save those other ones as we get along.
Yeah.
But this third one I think is very, very important, and I think it's more another ceremonial layup line.
Yeah, you talking about the JB Bickerstaff one? Okay, yeah, so Swish or brick?
Hold on. We got a couple super chats on this last one.
Definitely
Randall Smalls, $2 super chat. How many wins till we are overachievers? How many wins until it's considered overachieving for the Pistons, Rod?
Today.
Right.
You don't all-star break. No, you overachieve, Rando. We're already there.
Most wins in the last 3 seasons. So Dante151,
$20,
$19.99, $20 super chat. I think that is a major switch because when you have multiple, and I mean all-star players like LeBron James and Kevin Durant backing Cade, from what they saw from him against their team, I mean, what are we doing anymore? And this has been, Rod, we've seen this for years, these guys backing Cade, but now they're saying this. He deserves to be an all-star. He deserves to be an all-star. Let's get to question number 3. Man, Super Chat Mania doing Woodward Pistons segment. Y'all are crazy, chat family, and I appreciate it. Let's get to question number 3 to start this layup line.
Yes, sir. And we already kind of talked about this, but to put it in perspective, JB Bickerstaff should currently be in the lead for Coach of the Year, Swish or brick.
Yes. Listen, Jalen Duren just sat up there on the podium the other night and just looked and said, yes, he should be the Coach of the Year candidate. That's going to be natural. As long as the winning is still there, the accolades will follow. And, Rod, you already talked about it. They've already, overachieved. And if, at this pace right now, they're going to find themselves plus 35, maybe 40 wins. That is remarkable to go from, you talk about the franchise's worst win total under a different coach last year, to JB Bickerstaff and the players from day one singing his praises about how easy it is to understand what he's trying to get them to understand, how much more they're learning right now. That's the word I keep hearing, that L word. Not losses, not losing, not we're tired of losing, but learning. And they're winning while doing it on the fly. Weren't these new teams supposed to be able to have time to get their offensive cohesion and chemistry together? They haven't even done that yet. And they're sit 18-18. We know they started off with a gauntlet of a schedule to start this season that a lot of people thought they wouldn't even win 2 games. Now they're sitting here just 1 game outside of 5th in the East. Hey, JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the year. We'll start with you, JB Smooth.
Hey,
the namesake.
All JBs are great. JB Smooth, JB Bickerstaff, like, why not? Why
it's hard to doubt.
It's hard to doubt. Why shouldn't this man be up there for nominated for Coach of the Year? I'm like, hell, thinking about it this way, you could have 2 coaches of the year in the NFL and the NBA at the same time. Like, that would be so perfect right now. But Kool-Aid, as you said, like, I don't see any other coaches out here who have taken the time to just instill their strategies on this team like anyone else has. You don't see this coach out here running his mouth on the sidelines, bad talking players in interviews, in a press conference or anything like that. JB deserves this as well as all other JBs out there. So shout out to JB Bickerstaff, my man.
Shout out to JB Bickerstaff. Hey, KG, you give your take while Rod continues to deliberate.
Easy money, bro. I'm shooting 90% from the field right now, bro. It is absolutely
it's
a
all
switch.
Swisses. There's nobody
right now. Who else you gonna give it to? Let's put it this way. The Pistons won 17 games 2 years ago. They won 14 games last year. They had 14 wins before the new year. Like, what are we talking about here? JB Bickerstaff has came in and instantly like boosted this team. We thought this would take time. We thought this was going to be a growing pains process. And so far, so good. They've bought in. The defense looks well improved. And your young stars are beginning to take that next step. So I think for all those reasons alone, JB Bickerstaff, who else are you putting in front of him, Rod?
Especially, you see what they're doing right now. Like, the last few wins have come without Jaden Ivey and Asar Thompson, things of that nature. He's still finding ways. The lineup that he had to close out the game the other night, that was part of the question that I got to ask him about. Hey, Cade, a monster Duran from out of nowhere,
right?
And the 3 vets to end the game. I was like, that's a pretty sexy lineup. JB Bickerstaff, you were sitting on that all year. Like, I haven't seen too much of that one to close games, but I liked it. I really did. But you know what, Rod Beard? What say ye?
This is a 3-on-0 breakaway dunk. This isn't even a switch. This is
a
breakaway dunk.
Who hit the game winner from half court last night? Wasn't that Trey?
That was Trey.
That's what this is for me right now. Just switch.
This is a breakaway, and you can say Houston or the Knicks. You could say it, but you can't say it with your chest and mean that they are having a better season
Not at
than
all.
what the Pistons are doing right now. This is a done deal. If they make play-in or playoffs, done deal, done.
Done deal.
That was easy.
That was easy. There was no more deliberation for that one. And you know what?
Man.
That is our Swish or Brick segment on Woodward Pistons. And you know what? It's interesting the type of content and conversations that we're able to have, Rod Beard, when the team is actually winning. Not just hope, because obviously the first year, a lot of hope, but as the team really just digressed, even with the young players, there wasn't too much to really get excited about. But right now we see Trajan Langdon and his vision, that singular voice, permeating all throughout what this team is doing right now, led out by JB Bickerstaff as head coach. And it was cool to hear Isaiah Stewart say it feels like he's out there on the court with us, man. Like, he's on the sideline going ham, he's going crazy, he's in the game. And I remember when Malik Beasley was yelling out like, after AD Anthony Davis of the Lakers was trying to cry for a foul and they gave it to him. Beasley was like, it ain't a foul just because you go,
You're right.
And then the camera pans to JB Bickerstaff and JB's on the court like, soft.
Right.
It's soft. And I'm like, yo, this is awesome. He's already gone to the podium a couple times. Like, I'm taking these fines. He's out there fighting for his team. Dog, that's a coach, man. Like, I miss that type of stuff, and it's awesome to see him doing that for this team and to see how much they've responded to it and just light up. Like, Stewart just started smiling. Like, he was like, man, like JB, man, I love JB Bickerstaff. And it's a cool thing to see with these young players. So, any last words for the people, Rod Beard?
No, let's see where we are next week, man. This is a week-to-week saga with this Pistons team. And we don't even have to worry about this for the Lions. We get a swisher break for the Lions too.
Yeah, let's
we
go.
Sure do.
We do. We do. Let's start to prepare the swisher breaks for the Detroit Lions. That would be epic.
You know I got you.
And the Pistons, they are in action tonight at 7:30. They're on the road against the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, that's a dub.
Yeah, they have to, man.
That's a
they
dub.
got to continue this thing on. You know, our friend Bojan Bogdanovic is out there and he is injured. Surprise. Shout out to you, Rod Beard, Detroit News Sports Editor-in-Chief. Thank you as always for your time, man. A couple fire segments today. Have a blessed day, Rod Beard. Happy New Year, happy birthday, man.
Yep.
And stay fire always.
Thanks, Rod.
Thanks, Rod.
Good show, guys. Appreciate it.
Wait.
Wait. Breaking.
We gotta have Rod. Remember, we said we were gonna include him in the talk from yesterday.
Oh, snap.
Oh, boy.
No, I just.
Oh, boy.
Rod, as a professional who's been there when Detroit basketball was being yelled everywhere, anytime, no matter what, bar mitzvahs, funerals, crossing the border, getting on the plane, rowing a boat, it didn't matter. Now that you're hearing Jared Goff inside LCA, some people are offended by this. Are you?
I'm not offended by it. It's just good vibes for all of Detroit sports. I'm not offended by it. There are worse things in the world than that.
And Rod, the argument we made is that get your chance.
Glowing.
Yeah, right. The argument we made is that
a grown ass man. That's why.
Here we go.
Like, it's context. He understands. He's patient. Like, he gets the bigger picture. The kids are upset, Rod. The kids are upset.
We weren't upset. We were just making the point that get your Jared Goff chance off. We love the chance, but
he's talking about what happened on social media.
I'm talking about everything.
Yeah, well, he's talking about us too. So
I'm talking specifically KG.
And I'm not even the one that brought the argument up anyway. But we were just saying that when the Pistons are at the free throw line, let's say, and you start a Jared Goff chant, is that the appropriate time to start a Jared Goff chant?
No.
Thank you, bro. That's all we trying to say.
Start them up, but there were people specifically in Lions jerseys. And honestly, this is what makes it funny. They were all brothers. I was like, for the narratives that are getting thrown all around this thing,
I was told those people live north of 8
Mile.
Mile.
The video. I have the video. It was fun. I had to take it. Me and Eric Vincent and Sean Murphy were like, this is interesting. It was funny nonetheless, but this thing has swept, Rod, all over social media, man. The conversation has grown. We had to make sure that Rod entered his into the score.
You said it at the beginning. No, this is Arkham Asylum. You can get anything anywhere now. It just the whole city is an asylum.
The whole city.
In a good way.
In a good way. Detroit sports is back, man. The vibes are immaculate. Woodward Avenue is beautiful, man. Let's go.
he agreed with me. What are you hiding for? This guy right here, man. If he didn't sign my checks, I swear. Anyway, Rod, it's been a pleasure, man.
KG, let him know if I'm not there, then typically you and I are going to agree.
Yeah, he don't know that though. We twins in another universe, so it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to you all as well who participated in the super chats during the Woodward Pistons segment.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys greatly. Thank you, Rod Beard as well. Again, Detroit News sports editor in chief. Big man on the campus, man.
That man.
And it's somebody deserving. So thank you, brother. Have a good rest of your day and go Detroit sports, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Rod.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. Hey, you gonna tell us about jars?
Yeah, I can tell you about
jars. I'm trying to get high, bro.
Are you?
Yeah, Stick gonna make me get high in here today.
I don't know. Stick might stress you out enough, so you might need to go and head over to Jars Cannabis. They have got you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of recreational cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state. They're repping Michigan in a big way with 9 locations right now in Metro Detroit. So there's always one nearby you. And don't fear if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, because there are stores coming your way very, very soon. It's Jars Cannabis. You trying to get high?
Hell yeah.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game, just saving a quiet morning, getting the day kicked off with the WUW Crew at Woodward Sports, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Make sure that you're using code Woodward. Code Woodward, right? The vibes are immaculate.
Oh, yeah.
On Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind. Support local and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
Wake up and smell the coffee, and you can do that in your new home.
Ooh.
Why not, man? Hey, how about getting $5,000 to go toward that?
I mean, Sabbath in your cup.
Hey, you need to put some Mark White in there too. Pause, man. Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay for up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242, or visit them at markwhitesales.com. Again, shout out Flannel Sam. Call Mark White today at 248-290-8242, or visit markwhitesales.com to make your dreams come true.
What up, though? We are back, and you know what? With all this winning, all this conversation, there's been something that needs to make a glorious return.
What?
We got to get sparking. Spark up, man. Let's get this session going. Word to Jars, Mr. JB Smooth.
Let's do it.
It's time. It's everybody's favorite.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Here's Jeremy.
Hey, JB Smooth.
What's
Double
up,
boulders.
What's up, Chad family? What's going on? I know it's been a minute, but I got to show you these videos real quick. It's time for another installment of Will He Sign It? Featuring one Mr. Jared Goff.
Will they sign a Vikings hat? Starring Jared Goff.
Oh, damn.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Nah, don't do it, JG. FTV. He writing FTV on there.
Yeah.
JG.
He's such a real one. He's such a real one.
Vikings hat signed by Jared Goff.
He still signed it though, so come on.
He did. Real one. He a real one.
Hey, you know what, man? He's a man of the people.
Look at Stick back there like a proud pimp. Look at
like a proud pimp.
Standing behind JB like a proud pimp.
Hey, you know what?
That's right. Get my money.
Real quick, shout out to Fanatics too. During last football season, we actually did some content with them that we posted on our channel, and some that they posted on theirs. It was pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
Really dope. But JG is such a real one.
Oh, he is.
Such a real one.
Detroit made, man. He is literally like, he is what Detroit is now. Like, he epitomizes Detroit.
Look, you better be careful. Stick said that. The whole of everybody.
You better watch how Stick is behind me.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
Where is he at? Why am I hearing Stick? What the fridge?
I told you.
Studio.
Pimp Daddy Sticks. Pimp Daddy Sticks sticking by the TV booth.
Studio.
I don't care if it's snowing. I want you hoeing. You ain't gone too far to realize it's a business.
Stick don't like his bitches wearing jimmies.
My God.
Oh man.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, let me get out of here. Well, let me tell you right now, everybody. Winter vacation is over, so kids are back in school as it is right now, and this is the father of the year for waking up his kids to tell them to get their ass back in class.
Oh shit.
Winter break
my
over.
word.
Everybody get out.
That's tough. The leaf blower.
I'm mad at you under there with the tablet though. Like you not asleep.
Like I told your ass to get up. Nah, man. I thought my parents used to spray water in my face to get me up. I thought that was bad.
Oh man,
yeah, I thought that was bad. This is crazy.
Remember I told y'all you got to update. You know, you got the phone. Update. This is me as a parent right now. Like, you know what?
I told your ass get up.
Leaf blower.
Clean your room.
Right.
Jesus Christ. I'm like a little messy, but like, God damn,
That's
I can't get
hilarious.
over that.
No,
Clean your damn
the
room.
first kid funny. Look at the second kid though. Look at it. The second kid is like, oh man, that's hilarious.
He look like he in a movie, dog. Like he's in Inception, bro.
That's hilarious, man.
Hey, just side note, JB. Shout out to Art Vandelay. Jared Grit. That needs to be a t-shirt.
Jared Grit.
That's not bad.
That needs to
Not
be a
bad.
t-shirt.
Not bad. Stick, what do you think? Jared Grit? You like that?
Why not? Jared Goff. You didn't come to Hey Social this week, did you, Kool-Aid?
I didn't. Not this week.
KG, tell them about the sign when you're walking in.
I'm sorry. But
Wait, there's a sign? Did I miss something?
I literally got
See
tears
the
in my
Jared
eyes.
Goff sign that we put up?
No, because I always come
And then
through the
life-size Jared
VIP
Goff
way.
poster on the inside?
No, I come through the VIP way. You know, I don't deal with the commoners.
I'm about to find the picture.
Yeah, I gotta see that, man. This week, Stick, KG, Spinny, everybody held it down.
Yeah.
Got to watch the Lions
Y'all
win
get
with my
y'all
son, bro.
Oh,
That
shout
was
out.
so epic,
Shout out
man.
Kid Kool-Aid. Y'all get y'all a friend that's gonna support you the way Stick supports Jared Goff. He will defend
Why
him
you
to
think
the
I love
death.
the WUW Crew?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you guys, and the chat family, it's has been one of the most unique relationships of my life, and I love it, man. It's like Queen Kool-Aid, there's God, there's my family, it's WUW Crew, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
See, get yourself someone that supports you like Stick does right here for Jared Goff. I'm telling you right now. And finally, I will end what's trending with this. I want to introduce you guys to the fastest hands at a convenience store you will ever see.
Oh, I love it. I love it already.
Oh yeah.
Bam.
Wait, what?
That's too fast. Hit him,
Hold on,
hit
let
him
me
one
take
more
the
time,
glasses
on.
off. What?
He talking about one more time.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
Hold on, one more time.
Wow.
Bro.
Both of them, though. He got both of the items.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Background is cute. I love this.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I thought this was going in a different direction, but like, shout out. My man is the quick draw McGraw of counter people. Shout out to him, man. He is an outlaw.
In and out of the
man.
gas station, man. I'm telling you. Fastest hands out here.
Hey.
I'm dropping one to you in Slack, JP.
All right, let me see what's going on.
My man don't get stressed out when
JB,
it's a line. He just.
And JB, do you have your promo vids? Both of them.
I'll get them for you real quick.
I need those. We'll do that before.
Yeah,
Promo
definitely.
vids.
Yep.
Ooh, I like the
He
sound
cut a
of that.
promo, man.
Promo
Some
vids.
$24.99 promo.
Oh,
look.
word. Okay. Not the direction I thought it was going, but all
But
right.
this month it's free.
You're right.
Hey,
Right, you get a free trial. Oh man.
What up, though, JB?
Nothing. You want to shout out our super chat too? We got
Yes.
Hey, nasty
Nasty
T.
T. I'll just make it official
Nasty.
here. Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff. Next is Cade MVP. MVP. MVP.
Hey, you don't want to hear that when Jared Goff running the offense, though, do you?
I don't care. Jared Goff's talented enough to run the offense while people are cheering. They do it all the time on the road, KG, just like people that are
All right.
professional athletes should be able to shoot free throws.
All right, I'm just making sure we keep it consistent across the board. That's all. Carry on. Carry on. We just want to make sure it's consistent. That's all.
But here's that picture of outside Hayes right now. You see that?
How did
How did you miss that?
No, how did I miss that, though? I ain't even gonna hold you.
He's such a proud father, literally.
Dude, we
Look
got
at
a
his
20-foot one inside.
You're a blessing, Stick.
No, that's
You're
crazy.
blessing, Stick.
I did not notice that at all. That's crazy right there. That's crazy work. But shout
I
out.
think I'm playing around here.
No, that's a good looking banner though. It is.
Dog, if I was there, I would have cut the short. I would have cut.
Right.
I would have been like, dog.
Y'all got to get out to Hayes, bro. I'm telling you.
Hayes
I'm telling
for
y'all.
the playoffs is
it's
going to be
different.
epic. And you know what, Stick? I wanted to ask you this too, man. The chat family sometimes wants to know where they can pull up and watch the show, man. One day we're going to have to do a live show out there, man.
Yes, please.
At Hayes?
Yeah. And let the chat family
We
show
don't
up.
even open till like 4 o'clock.
I'm just saying like something special later on in the day. Like a special one.
Are the
Yeah, we get. Well, I mean,
heavyweights
with
are-
the heavyweights.
listen,
Yeah.
if the
A
Lions
mixer.
are in the Super Bowl, you know it's going to be an all-in thing. So
All
maybe
in.
we're all out there doing a watch party. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll do
We'll figure it
something,
out.
man.
We'll
We'll
figure
do
it out.
something. But JB Smooth, anything else for us?
Got
For
midget
what's-
wrestling coming.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was gonna say,
Wait,
aren't the heavies gonna be out there for that?
Yeah, we're gonna do the heavyweights broadcast from out there.
Of course, the heavies doing midget
snap.
wrestling.
Y'all better that's what I'm saying. Show up.
Spinny is an ally.
Yeah, I was about to say right, Spinny.
Spinny's
Shout
an
out.
ally.
Who you guys are in the chat? Show up. Show up.
We
That
love
would
the
be
little
epic.
people.
Tuesday, January 21st, about 2 weeks from now, 2 or 3 weeks from now. So January
Right.
21st.
Definitely.
Spinny love the little
Yeah,
people.
I think it's in the downloads if you want.
Check our social medias. I mean, there should be a clip from it yesterday.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
And the illegal poker games in the back. I mean, yeah.
I'm telling people show up to Hayes. I know
Those
the
are
people who
legal
have.
poker games.
Legal poker games.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
Little mania.
You know, when I was young, I told myself if I ever had a venue, I would throw midget wrestling events.
A dream has been realized.
A dream deferred is not a dream denied, people.
Next time you gotta have me and JB on the case, man. We the wrestling fans of Woodward
do
Sports.
commentary.
We the Woodward
commentary.
Sports tag team champions. Like, why did we gotta have that invite, bro?
Can you credential them for that event?
credential?
The list is short. Huh?
Oh, it's cause we black. It's all good. We know what's up. We know what's up. Stick B,
Oh,
he
man.
be hating, man. He be hating.
Dog, this is
He
gonna
not
be-
as bad as Anson, but he be hating. Shout out Anson, man.
Shout out Anson, bro.
Oh man, who do we gotta say hello to? And then I hope you got the promo. We'll take a couple mailbag questions.
Yeah.
Feldman mailbag questions.
We got Soroki's, Dr. Pierce, and 1800.
All right.
know
Well,
what?
I got your Soroki's read, so if you want me to do it, I can. If you want to do it, that's
yeah,
fine.
You can do it.
All
Hey,
right.
let's volleyball. I got Dr. Pierce right here.
So listen, we always talk about how Woodward Sports got the best Lions coverage in the game. Well, we also got the best chicken and pizza sponsor in the game right now, man. It's Soroki's
Talk to
Crispy
'em.
Chicken and Pizza. And right now, limited time offer throughout the playoffs. They are introducing their signature wings, and y'all want to get these, man. Absolute crack. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza as well, and add some fresh wings for the games during the playoffs. Try one of their different 7 flavors, and you can get all that by going to Sorokis.com.
And attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. You can join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy, every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice.
Secret sauce.
Hey, and the secret sauce, you guys already know what it is,
We
man.
don't.
Hey,
That's why
you know,
it's a
he
secret.
knows what it is. So that's why you want to tap in. Look, man, there's one day I'm going to need the secret sauce. So you want to stay tapped in with Dr. Jeff Pierce and trust the guy that D-Mac trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
And 1800.
1800 tequila. Y'all already know what it is, man. We turning up throughout the playoffs with 1800 tequila, but it's the official tequila Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and the post-game show. Join 1800 and Woodward Sports for the playoffs, baby. We live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township with the giant Jared Goff picture inside, and we turning up with all the playoff wins with smooth 1800 tequila. Proud sponsor of your and our Detroit Lions. 1800 tequila. It's the best taste in tequila, y'all, and drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
415.
Feldman Chevrolet, listen, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with 18 locations. There is a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the nearest location to you. Since '96, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet every other whenever the hell we out there. It is Feldman Chevrolet.
And welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. Thank you, chat family. You guys are on one today. I even saw Eduardo O'Neill in the chat. I see you, brother. I see you. Tabitha Gable, Xavier D,
Real
so many
quick,
others.
wanted to shout out Chuckle Cheese, my fantasy confidant. His wife is currently having surgery. I saw him post that in the chat. So prayers up for your wife, man. Hope everything goes according to plan.
Man.
Shout out Chuckle Cheese, man.
Yeah, shout out Chuckle Cheese. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah,
shout
of
out to the
course.
people on the West Coast. My brother is in the Bay, and there's been water and inclement weather, and then you see the fires that are breaking out there as well. So just definitely our prayers, our thoughts are with the people out on the West Coast and others. I know there's a cold snap that's coming, and I always think about something less fortunate. You know what I mean? The people who don't have shelter and things of that nature. So
I've seen a video earlier today that did not look great. Like a guy was literally in his kitchen just looking out the windows and fire all around him.
Wow.
So it's crazy.
It's crazy. So right now over 40,000 structures are going to be burned, and that number is continuing to grow. So yeah, definitely just want to put out the good vibes out there. But well, we have a merch giveaway, and then we'll. Yeah,
Did you ask him,
I was just gonna say, I mean, the one like natural way to like combat wildfires and stuff like that is the beaver population. That's something they've been reintroducing into the western United States.
The beaver population.
Yeah, the dams create wetlands, and it does a good job of preventing. And they also like cut down a lot of dead wood, which very rapidly burns. So I mean, value the beaver. It is a very.
we love beavers.
We love the beaver.
We love
here.
the beaver here. We've named a road Big Beaver Road.
Yeah.
And we named the exit 69.
There you go.
Honor the beaver. Respect the beaver. Love the beaver. The beaver does more than we know.
I did some loving to the beaver not too long ago.
GPT, let the people understand a part of your profession. You have a couple different hats. One of those things is working at our beloved.
Yeah, I also work at the Detroit Gym, part of their events team. So if you guys come out on like the weekend, stuff like that, once the wintertime passes.
Wait, you're part of the actual events thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that.
Oh yeah, I'm not there all the time. I'm like,
Crew at the zoo?
come out for fun stuff. I mean, we'll have like
they don't want us out there.
Yeah, we'll have Bunnyville coming up in the springtime. We do stuff all year round. We got like I
always love Dinosauria.
Yeah, Dinosauria. We got we do like a bike safari. We got yoga coming up. If you guys want to come sign up for yoga at the zoo, yeah, it's a really fun time. A lot of cool stuff. So I mean, ask me some questions in the chat anytime, you guys, if you have any curiosities or anything like that. But yeah, tons of stuff going on at the Detroit Zoo.
Y'all don't want me at the zoo. I'm gonna fuck around and let the lions out.
As long as I've been married, my mom got us our first membership as part of like our wedding gifts. And when we've had our first child, and she said, take your kids to the zoo. And it was awesome. It was an awesome experience for us, and we've been members ever since. So yeah, I feel like our kids have grown up there. I didn't know Chase was also, you do like the giraffe stuff and all that. Like I didn't know that. Like this is gonna be awesome, man. Shout out to you.
And you already got a hashtag taken off. Hashtag value the beaver.
Yeah.
So. Shout out Freddie Phil.
Yeah. Hey, and I see some more super chats. Burn $5 super chat was about to bring up the beaver, Chase, and I got the same YouTube Rex.
LOL. We love the beaver.
But you want to call out, shout out JB Smooth who won the merch for the Woodward Pistons segment, the super chats. And we have actually more Swisher breaks coming. We're gonna do some Lions ones, and you know what? Everyone that is entered with at least a $5 super chat will have an opportunity to win merch. So who's our winner for today, JB Smooth?
Absolutely. Once again, every single day, get in those super chats as much as you can. You throw them up here, they will definitely go on screen. And if you send it up, we'll definitely sit here and talk about it. But today's winner goes out to one of the most creative names I've seen on here in a minute, Nasty. Hashtag is get our winner for today. So I think Kool-Aid, you're gonna post your email on here.
Just put it in the chat.
Yeah. So definitely send Kool-Aid your information. We will get something out to you very, very shortly.
Yep. Also, Chuckle Cheese, we did not win the fantasy playoff. Jalen Hurts got a concussion, and that cost us our fantasy season. We are going to try to get you an update, hopefully before the end of the weekend. We're trying to come up with a way to reward, everybody that participated. So just stay tuned for that.
Everybody deserves to taste a little bit of Soroki's.
Oh yeah,
everybody, man. It's the best pizza and chicken.
Hint, hint.
I really like the chicken tenders, man. It's right down the street on my way home.
Yeah,
I think I know where I'm stopping. But you know what? I'm gonna read a couple Feldman mailbag questions and we will wrap up. Because you know what, we'll do Feldman. I'm gonna do some question and answer probably tomorrow morning, depending on what the Pistons do or don't do.
Got you.
But I want to be able to leave time for this before we wrap up. JB Smooth, you got the promos because we have new content that's coming to the network. We keep talking about it, a lot of new content. Some that will be solo shows, 15 to 20 minutes of just straight heat from people like Stick and Neil Rule. Hockey conversations with Sean Bleach, Justin Flannel, Spinny, D-Mac and Chase, Woodward Pistons, and some of the conversations that we're able to have. Woodward Ringside. So many more podcasts on the way with the legend Terry Foster, Summertime Breeze, and myself. And a lot more on the way, including something that JB Smooth is helping me cook up, and he's gonna he doesn't know this yet, or I actually just let him in on it. Saturday Night Vibes is gonna be a part of it.
Okay.
It's gonna be dope. But let's cut one of those promos or two of the promos for one of the shows that will be for all of our members very, very soon here on the network.
Yeah, check this out.
It all comes back. It all comes back today. Y'all keep trying to hold out. Like you said, everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price.
Ted DiBiase voice, man.
But I've stared at this picture
Don't get me in trouble.
several times. I've zoomed in on this picture multiple times.
You zoomed in on that with the new VR headset, didn't you?
Like I said, I've zoomed in on this picture multiple times.
I'm sure you
can't
did.
see nothing. But anyway,
bro, I'm definitely going to go home and zoom on that myself. But
Woo! Fired up, boy.
You love it.
Fired up for my homies,
love
for my
it.
brothers, for the network. There's so much more content that's going to be coming to the network that plays in between the four main shows. And this one, just quickly explain the synopsis, and we'll wrap up because I know y'all got to record today.
yeah, absolutely. Pretty much what we're ringside. We trying to give you every aspect of the fight game. We gonna talk wrestling,
not just wrestling, but everything.
No, absolutely. Wrestling to be a main point because me and JB, big wrestling fans, Woodward Sports Tag Team Champions, of course. But we gonna touch on UFC. We gonna touch on a little bit of boxing. The previous episode, I reviewed the Alexander Usyk Tyson Fury 2 fight for the heavyweight title, man. And that was pretty fun. So yeah, man, we trying to get out there and tap a market that we feel a lot of people that watch Woodward Sports, they are fans of the fight game. So
And we are working on, before JB speaks as well, we are working on different events. You guys have already been to some events credentialed in this capacity.
Yep.
And so it's not just your opinions, but it's also reporting from these events, reporting from press conferences, going out and about with the godfather of all of this, D-Mac as well.
Yep.
And the expertise and the passion you guys bring to this. And I know you guys are going to include Freddie and stuff.
Oh man, we got a lot of stuff cooking, bro. Shout out to TNA. They let us, inside a little bit. We got to go to Bound for Glory and the Impact taping, and we got a little close to the action. We'll be doing different things. D-Mac has a connection with Kronk Gym, so I would love to promote, young boxers coming up in the local scene
Clarissa
and stuff
Shields.
like that. Yeah, whoever, man. Like seriously, we want this to be a platform to where we can also spotlight our local talent as well, because Detroit, we a fight city, bro. We have always been one of the fight meccas of the world, man. And I would love to get in there.
Joe Louis.
Yep, Joe Louis, man. Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would love to be able to have that be a platform for our local talent to come promote themselves as well.
Yep, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm telling you guys, this is what part of the super chat systems that we're bringing to the network. We have to find ways to make sure that we can invest in what we want to be able to do for you all, and the relationship that we have with you guys. I'm telling you, we are going to put our best foot forward to bring the quality, and these are going to be more pointed shows, more direct shows, a little bit smaller time frame, 15 to 24 minutes, but it's going to be content that is going to be enriching, from Woodward Pistons to Woodward Wings to more Woodward and Main Street to all of the different things, from culture stuff. So we're going to also be getting into concerts and music and this. Our agents, our social team, and Chase will know this, we are planning to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure that we can report not just from a place of our own opinions, but from a place of expertise or firsthand point of view, being there as media, being there as an extension of you guys, helping to create the conversation, and being able to, as we continue to know what you guys want to see out of this stuff, we're going to continue to amend that. All of this is made possible right now because of the support that you guys have given us. There's been so many ups and downs There's been so much that we've gone through, but there's been a contingent of people who have stayed true, a contingent of people who have become part of this network, a contingent of people like Freddie Felt who continue to just support Devin the Dog, Tabitha Gable, Tammy Chin, Xavier D, Dante 151. That's why we don't have these opportunities. So it's awesome when I do see people like KG, Chase, and that dude Justin who were looking at the shows prior, being able to have these opportunities now. So support these guys, man. Yeah. And shout out to Stick for all the opportunities. So,
yes, sir. Big shout out to Freddie Felt. He will be helping us with some of the Woodward ringside stuff as well.
Shout out.
Big shout out.
Shout out.
Freddie Felt will have boots on the ground for the Royal Rumble coming in February.
He's coming in town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. Hey, let's get this.
Steve Robertson's also coming in town from Arizona.
Hey, shout out Steve.
Shout out.
Yeah.
That's from, oh man, that's what this is about. So look, I'm telling you guys, get the super chats in. We're gonna continue to have different ways that we engage it, and I'm telling you, it's gonna go a long way towards this new content. Sales team was excited about it. We talked to Tim about it, but let's get this wrapped up. Flannel Sam, Matthew Broder, that dude Justin, we love you guys. For the elite booth today, at Cavassier Chase, what up, though? You're doing a great job in sounds and holding down the back wall.
Hey, what up, though, guys? Great day. Like I said, Detroit's on a win streak. The whole city, 8 days in a row of just nothing but victories. So shout out to all of our teams, the Red Wings, the Lions, the Tigers, the Pistons. It's a great day to be Detroit, Detroit sports fan. Shout out to my dad. I see him. He figured out how to work the YouTube chat. I saw him pop in there.
Shout out, Dad.
So yeah, I hope you're having a good one, man. Love you. Shout out to guys at Seymour Ford, and stay tapped in the rest of the day, guys.
Hey, let's rock to the TD booth. Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth. What up, though?
Jared Goff.
Jared. Shout out to them.
It's a proud pimp.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to you guys once again. I know it was a little slow start this morning, but hey, we got everything going and rocking and rolling. Hey, let's continue on with the rest of the week. And, me and KG, we got the wrestling content to record in a second.
Right.
So
let's hurry this shit the hell up.
Detroit's #1 draft pick, KG, a.k.a. Black Hollywood, and just ball knower, man. I love talking sports with you.
Thank you.
I love football talk and the role you take within Woodward Pistons with me. Now,
yeah, man, we trying to grow. Like you said, going for MVP, bro. But shout out to everybody that makes this possible. My team, not just the WUW Crew, Stick as well, man, for giving me the opportunity to get up here and rap with y'all, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Big turnout today, man. Over 200 likes. I think we had over 500 watching. Dope. Yeah, we appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Thank y'all. For real, man. For real.
Hey, for real. Thank you guys. To me, it makes me comfortable. I know Kid Kool-Aid is getting into this business. He's already done
future
some
star,
things
bro.
with Woodward Sports.
Future star.
To know that the chat family is who they are, it makes me comfortable, man, for his journey ahead. It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer for the network.
And that man. That motherfucking man.
I appreciate y'all. Like I said, Stick, Joey, the guys that believed in me, Jesse, Chad, and so many more people here. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day. The vibes are immaculate. Let's go, Detroit sports.
Keep winning.